Hello, my darling footprinters. Chrissy here. Now, I just did a reading using the camera on the PC. I've got a little camera that I plug in, and I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the way it went. Well, I was happy with the way the reading went, but anyway, so I thought, oh well, I'll take the video and make it up, and then I couldn't find the video. So I'm going to assume it wasn't meant to be seen. And I decided I'd go back to this system. I'm still trying to set it up so I can go live at some stage, and I want to set up Skype on my computer. So, just things going on. Anyway, I did that quick coffee break reading yesterday, and I mentioned Barr's bitching. Barr is, I do agree with a lot of commentators, he's just using it as a way to set it up as an excuse later on for various things or whatever. He's not sincere. Yeah, well, he doesn't want Trump bitching in tweets because Trump gives the game away every time. So, which I certainly do agree with. That's what a lot of the commentators are saying, and I certainly agree with them on that. But, Trump doesn't like being told or criticised in any way, even by his nearest and dearest. So, that's that. Now, the reading I did before, and I'll repeat it, I think, was on Matt Gaetz. The Democratic Party in Florida have lodged a complaint with the Florida Bar Association, I think it is, whoever runs in Florida, about his behaviour during the Fiona Hill testimony. Barging into closed doors, obstructing the testimony, saying it was obstruction of justice and a few other things. And he shouldn't have been in that testimony. He was saying, the Republicans have the right here. There were Republicans in there. It was just grandstanding and being a pain in the ass and trying to interrupt something and obstruct something. And the reading I said before said he was going to pay for it, but I think I'll do it again. I did a cross then, and I'll do another one now, using the same deck of cards, which is the New Mythic Tarot by Juliet Sharman Burke and Liz Green. I have quite a few Liz Green decks, so you can know me, who's been watching me for a while. So we use the same deck. I will see if some of the same cards come up. He, no doubt about it, he is a foolish lad. To put it mildly, he's one of those people that I have real trouble keeping my objectivity about. Yeah. Like one of those preppy guys from Revenge of the Nerds, the ones that the nerds take all the girlfriends from and stuff. Yeah, he reminds me of one of them. Okay, let's have a look at Matt Gaetz, and then I'll shut this one down because I realise I haven't emptied the video stuff, so I'll just do this one quickly. Okay, and what's on the bottom? The Seven of Swords. Oh, he thinks he's going to get away with things. He really does. He really thinks that nobody can touch him and that he can get away with whatever he likes. Well, we'll see if that's the case. Again. The President with him. Oh, now this came up before. And this was in the external influences. So the president. Now, I pointed out before that this person in the middle, they're just holding their head and they're like, it feels like I've got no control. There's these two other people. One is knocking the sword down of the other person or blocking it. He really has no control about what's going to come up. Somebody else, other people are going to be making the decisions for him, and he can't. He's got no control over it. All he can do is stand there and pray for the best, that his side wins. No? Also a bit of mummy, protect me about that, because this guy's sword is, and this person's going, no, you can't. He's hoping for protection, probably from Dad. What's his challenge? Two of Wands. This is interesting because this is the labyrinth. Well, it's a person holding the two. They've got a plan. They've got a plan to get out of this cave and away from the centaurs. And they're gonna, they've got a plan on how to handle it. The challenge is making sure this plan gets to fruition. Because it's not looking too certain that it will in the distant past for him. Five of Wands. Now this was another card that came up in the reading I did before. It came up in the factors affecting the situation. Conflict. He has just had so many conflicts of interest that he's just ignored and pretended weren't there, and he's acted in things that he shouldn't have acted in, and so that's his distant past. This is the past actions, okay? Distant past actions that have led up to this situation. What's he been doing? And that includes like the conflict that he caused for that hearing, holding it up for 8 hours and grandstanding, and I should imagine that he could be arrested for criminal contempt of Congress, actually. It seems to me that he should be able to, but I don't know about that much about that. Recent past, his actions in the recent past. 7 of Cups. He's been trying to cloud the situation, of course. Yeah. The other thing about this is his vote against Trump for the war powers. He thinks he's through that, but he was in conflict with Trump for that, and Trump doesn't forget if someone goes against him, even in the mildest way. 7 of Cups, trying to cloud the situation, and trying to make people see what he wants them to see and choose the cup he wants them to choose. Also confusion. I think he's caused a little bit of confusion. I think he may be a little bit confused himself. I don't know. But he's been certainly trying to cause confusion. He loves that. He loves being Trump's #1 fan. So he's still continuing to do all he can to gaslight on the situation and cause confusion. Hasn't stopped doing that. What is the best outcome for him? The best outcome for him. Now, the last reading I did, the one that I can't find, and so this was the wheel. That was also a card of change. Card of change. Change is a comment that he cannot stop. And that's pretty much the same thing here. Basically, what the best outcome for him, whatever it is entirely up to the fates. But it's going to be the ending of one thing and the starting of something else, whatever it is. Immediate future for Matt Gaetz. King of Cups. I had the Ace of Cups in this position before. He's going to be begging Daddy, his father. He's going to be going to his father and saying, please, please do what you can to help me, Daddy. Do what you can to help me. I'm your little boy. He's going to be tugging on emotions and everything. Interestingly enough, I got, in the hopes and fears, the last one I got the Queen of Cups. So Cups did play out in that last one too. But this one is going to his dad and begging for help. This king does not look very impressed with the status quo. You mean I'm going to have to calm the waters that you've stirred up and try and save your career? I'm going to have to think about that. Factors affecting the situation. The Page of Swords. Disappointing news for Matt Gaetz. Disappointing news on a legal bent. Somebody he thought he could trust is going to turn on him, basically. Not necessarily one of the things of this kind is betrayal by somebody, a spy in the camp. Somebody he thought he could trust is going to actually, they're going to be caught in by the bar association, and now what's all this about? What do you know about it? And they're going to tell him the truth. So Matt is going to be very, very disappointed by that. External influences. The 9 of Wands. He is going to be, this is interesting, he's going to be whacked again and again and again and again. He's going to be pushed against those rocks over and over and over. He's really, really going to be embattled. He's going to think that one thing is over, and then something's going to come out again that's going to bash him up against the rock again. Similar to what we were all saying this is going to happen with Trump, but this is Matt Gaetz, and he's about what's happening with the Bar Association. He's really going to be up on the rocks because stuff is going to hit him over and over and over, and whack, whack, whack. I think they're going to start with looking at this situation with the skiff, but I think they're going to start digging deeper and looking further back, and all this stuff from ages ago is going to be dredged up by the storm that's a-coming. His hopes and fears. Well, this is the card. In one interpretation of this card is that it's the card of the law, the card of the lawyer. He's hoping he can still be a lawyer at the end of it, but he fears he may not be able to. Pretty simple. And the final outcome for Matt Gaetz, Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles is all about resources. This could be his mum, but no. The Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful person. I think this is, do a clarify that he's basically going to be told, look, sonny boy, you're on your own. We're going to leave you to your own resources because, you've blown it. I'll just do a quick clarifier on that. Oh, 8 of Swords. Yeah. He's going to be left to his own resources because he could be facing prison time. And his family aren't going to want to know him. Do one more on that. Will he go to prison? Strength is a yes card. So yeah, he's looking at, there's a lot of evidence and he could even end up in prison. Interestingly enough, the reading I couldn't find indicated that no, he probably wouldn't. But yeah, but there would be consequences. Like he'd lose his law license. I think he's going to lose his law license and he could possibly go to prison. There's a strong possibility of it. And he's going to be cut loose from the resources of home. Anyway, this is going to stop. Love you all, footprinters, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.